Oh my God, it's been so long.
We're back,
We're
yeah.
back. Or it's been a week for y'all, but for us it's been long.
It's been a hot minute. And also, we're back with the video.
Yes.
Which feels very nice.
Yes, sorry, the past episodes were just audio, but we're back. You can see us again.
Yes.
Hello, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Otherwise, of course,
You could be
can't
listening too. So in that case, hi.
Yes, unless you're hallucinating, then you might see us anyways.
That's a scary thought. I surely hope people don't hallucinate about us.
That'd be fun. Happy New Year!
Happy New
Year!
Again.
Now it's actually a new year.
Yeah.
Now.
But it feels nice.
Yeah.
I feel so fucking excited for this year. No shade.
Me too.
Yeah.
The beginning has been...
You've had a lot.
I've had a lot already. It feels like it's been
Yeah.
a lot.
I feel like you've had like 3 weeks in 1 week.
Yeah.
Week.
First day, like New Year's Day, we had like the launch for our clothing brand, Atlas, or me and Laya. Not you and me.
But I'm
You took the
Atlas.
pictures.
I'm Atlas adjacent.
Yes, exactly. And which was a lot. We were so hungover, and then we had to be like,
Launch day.
yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
But whatever, we can get into that a little bit later.
So strap in, strap on, have a great time. Get a beverage of your choice, and let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Tell me how much you love me. Tell me you'll never doubt me. Tell me how much I changed your life. Say you can't live without me.
So, tell me, how's it feel being a brand owner?
Feels real good. I'm very broke though.
Oh,
Invested all my money, and we still haven't gotten anything. I mean,
Oh.
we have it, but we're not gonna have a salary in like a long time because we're gonna
right.
buy more clothes, sell more clothes, basically.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm feeling really good.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. It's been very hectic.
Yeah.
A lot of emotions at once, and then like the day after our launch, we started like packing everything, and we had to do it like every package manually, which took so many hours.
Right.
Just because, company stuff in Sweden, it's complicated. But
Takes time.
yeah, just this first launch was a lot more complicated, and it was the first time, so it's
There's bound to be different like stuff
Yeah.
coming up and things you didn't think about
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
but we sold out in 24 hours, which is so nice.
That is amazing.
Yes, and then we shipped out the last packages today,
Oh, nice.
so everything's shipped out. Now we're fully done with the first launch.
Yeah.
Which is so nice. 'Cause, I mean, we're just gonna jump right into the next drop.
That's fashion for you.
Yeah. So, but I'm super excited for the next one. Also, it's gonna be like even better or a
Yeah.
lot better than the first one. So,
Yeah. I'm excited to see it too.
yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
So
Actually, really loved I love the theme and everything that we did for the first one. So it's gonna be fun to do a different theme, different campaign, whatever
Yeah.
for the second one.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot coming for this year, so I'm just like super excited to work full time with something that I love so much, and then obviously the podcast also on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you ask? I can tell, like, it's always so funny, like, whenever we haven't been recording for, like, a few weeks,
Yeah.
the first time back, we're a little bit, not rusty, but it takes a little second to, like, get back into the vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but, yeah. It is very much a thing you have to, like, keep going to, like, fully be in it all the time.
Exactly.
But, yeah. But you know what? I'm excited for the new year, too. I feel like there's so much stuff happening and so many new projects and things going on. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be really fab.
Yeah, I want to have more like themed episodes for the podcast, more
Yes.
guests,
Yes.
a lot of new things, new studio.
Yes.
So those are our goals for the podcast, and we love it if you had any like suggestions, any things you want to hear, any guests you want us to have on here. We know we haven't had that many guests so far.
Yeah.
And it's mostly because like we're in Sweden, and most of the guests that would be appropriate to have on here are like from the US.
Yeah. Or very Swedish. So
Yeah.
maybe they wouldn't be comfortable on a fully English podcast.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe some people don't know like who it is.
Yeah.
So, and we don't want to have a guest like online because the audio is not going to be good. It's not going to be the same.
I mean, we might do that, but
Yeah.
I feel like that would be special case.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's it. It seems like a lot. I feel like it wouldn't be that good quality wise, and we like to keep the quality as high as possible. But right now, it's not where we want it to be. So therefore, our plan is to get some new equipment and then start recording from home instead.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good, but it's gonna take a little minute. There's a lot going on right now. I feel like in the sense of like, I'm trying to figure out my life situation right now. I'm getting laid off from my job, so I'm trying to figure out like, okay, how much money can I spend? How much can I not spend? How much do I need to have saved? And me being me, I'm horrible at saving money. Anyone who knows me properly knows that. So there's not a lot there. So I'm trying my best here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been weird. I'm usually taking a lot of Ubers everywhere. That's not been the case lately, let me tell you. Or if I have, it's been like only if
in
I
this
get
weather
them.
also. It's been like snow, chaotic weather in Sweden the past days.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
And I've been taking the subway. I'm real proud of myself.
Has the subway even been working?
Huh?
Has the subway been working?
Yeah, the subway's
fully?
been fine. I think the buses have been a bit messy.
Because
chaotic.
I borrowed my mom's car so that we could like take the packages from my apartment to the post office and everything, but the roads were so slippery and dangerous.
Yeah.
But now I think it's a bit better. I was also supposed to go yesterday to Finland to pick up my testosterone, which I do every 3rd month. But now, because of the weather, I couldn't go because it's too dangerous. I don't even think the boats were going, because you take a boat from Stockholm, Sweden to Finland, or to Åland, which is an island in Finland. And that's where I pick up my hormones. But now I couldn't go, so now I just don't have any testosterone.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. You'll be back on it soon enough.
Yeah.
But maybe we should talk a little bit about it, because a lot of people have been asking us recently in our DMs about like gender GP and how we get our hormones and so on. Or like people I think that we get it through the Swedish healthcare, but we don't.
We should have.
Unfortunately.
I think we should have like a full episode on hormones, like going privately.
Yeah, could definitely do that.
DIY or versus like going through the healthcare system, and then our experience with gender GP.
Because we both just do it privately, so it's not DIY per se.
No.
But it's very expensive. It's not fun.
Sometimes it feels a bit DIY because you don't have a doctor you can ask questions.
That's true. Or you can, but you have to like pay extra for that service, and so it's
but there's
ridiculous.
no one monitoring how much you take.
Exactly. So that part's crazy.
Yeah. And now I'm like, okay, now I don't have any hormones.
Yeah.
So like everything's gonna be weird, because then when I do my blood test, it's gonna say that I have too low, so then they're gonna prescribe me more, which even if I don't need it, because it's like
yeah,
it's a whole ass fucked up process.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah. But
we'll do that in another episode.
Yeah, just to basically say that to a lot of people who have been wondering.
Oh,
basically,
okay.
no, but basically that's the reason why, for example, you go to Åland to pick up your hormones and not get them in Sweden. And we've both been waiting a shit long time in the
Swedish healthcare
queue. So I've been waiting over 3 years now.
That's crazy.
And I still haven't gotten my first appointment. I'm kind of gagging. I'm like, are you fucking joking me?
In like 2 months, I'll have waited for 3 years also. Or no, in 2 months.
Really?
Yeah. I stood in line 2023, like March, or maybe March, so in 3 months.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you were quick with it. I should have stood in line a lot earlier.
But that's like one of the first things you said to me when I was like, so I'm thinking about my gender, and you're like, put your name on the list.
Yeah, literally.
Stand in line for the healthcare or the trans care thing.
Yeah. No, I was very on you because I was so late with it, and I regret it so much now, because I probably would have. I mean, this year should be the year that I get there.
Yeah.
It has to be. Like, otherwise I'm gonna go fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Like, imagine waiting 3 years to get, like, care. That's insane. Let's talk a little bit more about our New Year's party. Or
Yes,
your New Year's
let's
party.
move on to the New Year's.
Yes. I want to hear everything. How did you feel? You were the one organizing it. We were at your mom's place. It was a big party. Well, not that big, but it was a nice party.
Yeah.
Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? Last year, I know you didn't like it as much.
Because last year, Shelby and I had a New Year's Eve party at my mom's place because my mom was in Spain, so we took over her place basically. And basically, we just took care of our cat, and then we were like, okay, then we could just have a party also.
Yeah.
So we did the same this year, but last year I think I had too, like, my expectations were too high, or like I wanted it to be a specific way, didn't end up that way, so then I was just upset. And I didn't have time to enjoy myself. Because when you're hosting, there's so much to think about all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a lot. So this year, I didn't have like any expectations at all, because I was so focused on the launch that was coming the day after, that we just planned most of it like the days before New Year's Eve. And I was like, whatever happens is gonna happen. I'm just happy that all my friends are coming. And for the first time, I actually had friends, like trans guys that I knew, that were coming, because last year it was just me and then your friends, basically.
Yeah. True.
So this time I had friends of my own, and we were in total, how many trans guys? Me, 1,
5?
2, 3. Yeah, we were 5 trans guys.
Yeah, that's crazy.
At one party. At
And,
one
like-
party?
And like, it's not like we were that many people. We were max 20 people.
Yeah.
Like 15,
Yeah.
maybe. So that's
No,
still a lot.
Yeah. Or I have no idea, honestly. how many we
Something
were.
like that.
Yeah. So that was crazy.
Yeah.
At some point, we all hung out together. I was like, oh, it's so
Yeah.
cool.
No, it was really fun. I genuinely had like a really, really good time at the party. I thought it was very, very fun.
Yeah.
And like, y'all did like this game thing also. I thought that was very fun.
Because you were in the group with all the trans guys.
Yes. Just me and the trans guy.
Yeah.
Me and my boys.
How many trans girls do we have at the party?
A lot more people who have of trans experience.
Yeah.
But specifically trans girls was
Basically
being
just
one more
queer
person.
people, at least. LGBTQ
Yeah, basically only.
members.
So that was really
Besides
nice.
one of my friends.
Oh, yeah.
One cis, white, straight man. But he's my childhood friend, so
It's fair.
yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
He gets the pass.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah. No, I love the fact that we get to do things that would have been like impossible in high school in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because back then it's like, yeah, we went to queer parties, but there were still a lot of other people who were like not really part of the community, so to speak. And now like being able to just do that and feel so comfortable around the people it's just such a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Everyone gets each other and you can talk shit and have fun.
Exactly. Because every time we've had parties before with queer people, it's just been girls, or at least feminine presenting people. So I've never felt like, I just felt like an outsider all the time. So now it was nice to have
This
a
time
little bit more
y'all
like
were the majority.
masculine energy, a little bit of a mix at least,
Yeah.
which was really nice. And then I spoke to one of my friends who's a trans guy, and he was like, most of my friends are not queer. So for him, it was like so new and like amazing and exciting to be in a house with so many other queer people, which made me realize that it is like some people don't even know one other.
No, I mean, we are very, very blessed with our friendship group. Let's put it that way. Like,
But it
we
also
have-
took some time. But like I said, last year I didn't know a single trans guy.
Yeah,
Not a single one.
that's crazy.
So
And now you got a swarm of them.
yeah.
Love that. I'm actually. Yeah, but no, I feel like it was definitely different vibes from the usual parties we've had. Like, I feel like it was the energy was very fun.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good time. And I don't know, how drunk did you get? You didn't get that drunk, did you?
No, because I didn't want to get drunk because I always get the worst fucking hangovers. So like I wanted to get drunk, but I didn't because I didn't want to get hungover for the launch
Right.
the next day. So I did drink, but I didn't drink any like liquor or anything. I had some beers, champagne, and then this like sour shots basically. But I only had like 3 or 4. So no, I didn't really. I felt it, but I got tipsy, I guess. But I still got hungover.
No.
But not really bad as I usually get. It was less, but still probably worse than you.
Right. I mean, I did get hungover this year. Not that hungover, but I did have a period of time where it was like, I want to sleep. So the day after I slept and
You
I
want to
took a
sleep?
proper
I thought you were
nap.
going to be like, I want to throw up.
No.
Okay.
I was just like so extremely exhausted.
Oh.
I felt a little nauseous, so I was like, let me just sleep it off. Slept for like 2 hours. I woke up and I was like, oh, I feel perfect now. And it was so nice.
That's annoying. I was still hungover the entire day.
Yeah. That sucks ass.
That sucks ass.
Yeah. But I'm not going to lie, I got pretty drunk. Like, no, I got a very good level of drunk. I was
Yeah.
like a perfect level for me.
Yeah, I felt like you were drunk in a perfect way.
Yeah. Like,
The
I
year
was just
before
there
you were
having a
like
good
a
time.
lot more drunk. I feel
Yes.
like.
I feel like I've really found my level. It's
Yeah.
like every time I've gone out, if I've been drinking, I've gotten perfectly drunk. Where I'm just having a great time, but I don't feel nauseous. I don't feel bad. I don't feel messy. And when I wake up the day after, I haven't been hungover. I think this year I was this specific time I was a little more hungover than I usually am.
Okay.
But it wasn't bad. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like my hangovers are not as
Yeah.
bad as like you when you get hungover. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But this time I was like, I didn't feel good. I was still hungover. But for me, I was like, oh my God, I can actually get out of bed and eat something and like drink water. Not feeling good, but I could do it.
Yeah, because usually you are passed out like a rock.
Yeah, I
Like-
get out of bed and then I lay in the couch.
If you even can get out of bed.
But usually I like have to because I just feel so nauseous in bed.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, so I managed to do that at least. And during the party, it was so much to do this year again. So I didn't really have that much time to enjoy it
Right.
still because I had to clean all the, cups, the cans.
Right. Yeah.
We had to, because my mom's cat was there. So we had to keep an eye on her make sure that she didn't get out. So then I just put her in a room instead, and then it felt so bad. And then sometimes people accidentally opened the door, so she
Ran out.
So then I had to catch her again, take her up, and like the curtains like fell down at some point, and
yeah,
then
I saw that.
one of the liquor bottles broke. I was like,
Oh no. That I did not notice.
and then there was a Christmas tree, and everyone kept like walking past it, so the balls fell off.
Did they break?
No.
Okay.
But
thank God.
still, but
At
some
one
people didn't
point-
even notice. I was like, oh my
At
God.
one point, the tree almost fell over. Did you notice?
Yeah, but everyone came to like rescue
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Rescue the tree.
Rescue the tree.
Hug the tree.
So like I had a lot of good moments, and
yeah.
I liked this year more than last year, but I still couldn't enjoy like New Year's the way I want to. But I was really happy that everyone else had such a good time, and I could see that.
Yeah.
And I know that Shelby and I hosted very well. And I still love the New Year's moment when we all went outside and the fireworks
that was really nice.
were there, and then we had a countdown. And every year I usually like film me and Shalmi or like take a picture, but this year I was like, okay, I'm just gonna
Enjoy the moment.
be in the moment because I'm not drunk, so I'm gonna remember it. And it was really nice. And I tried to just like be there with Shalmi in the moment, hear the fireworks, our friends around us. It was snowing. It was really nice, actually. And then the theme for the party was red carpet. So we also had a red carpet in the
Oh
house.
my God, that was the funniest thing I've
Yeah.
ever experienced.
It was so much fun because after 12, we all went inside, and then we walked the red carpet one at a time. And then I took pictures with a like Polaroid camera, and the other ones were like using the flash on your phone, like
Yes.
asking questions.
No, we did like a full on paparazzi
Yeah,
moment, like
yeah.
that kind of red carpet, and
Yeah.
it was so funny.
I filmed all of it.
I have the videos too. I was dying.
No,
I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, it was
like
so
we
much
were
fun.
running up to people like, what do you think about what do you think about climate change? What do you think about climate change? Or like,
Yeah.
what would you do about the economy? What do you like?
Yeah.
And really like just screaming our asses off. But it was such a good time. And then with you two, I think I asked. Yeah, I was like, how does it feel to have the prettiest girlfriend? How does it feel to have the prettiest girlfriend?
I definitely recommend it as like a theme.
Yeah.
But everyone dressed really fancy, but one of our friends had like the 2000s type red carpet look.
She ate that up.
So she stood out of everyone else. I was like, why did no one else think of that? Because it's so smart. It was so much more fun. It would be nice if we all did that.
Yes.
But everyone else was like
kind of like
suits.
fancy vibe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But for some other time, that would be fun.
Yeah, we should do like that as a theme for a party.
Yeah.
Because she fully came in like that Sharpay High School Musical outfit vibe, or like Paris Hilton circa 2000s. You know, it was everything.
Yeah.
And she did it well too. It's not that she just did it; she did it well.
Yeah.
So hats off to her.
Yeah.
We have fun. But yeah,
it was nice. But then we started cleaning, like when people started leaving, and then I think everyone left at 4.
Yeah.
Really late.
Or like 4 or 5 almost.
Yeah. So at the end, Sham and I were like, okay, can people start leaving now?
Yeah. I felt that from y'all. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm gonna head out.
But yeah, all in all, the party was nice. But I think next year, I'm just really exhausted for having a party like that again.
Right.
I don't know if we want to do that next year, because it's like you can't really enjoy yourself, kind of. Because there's too much to think about, especially when it's not your own home.
Right.
Because it's still my mom's place, so I still will have to like keep an eye on everything.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe we could do it at your new apartment
Your plaza.
when you move.
Maybe at your plaza.
Maybe at your plaza, you know. Why
Yeah,
not?
why didn't we go there?
I don't know. What about your mansion? We should have just gone there.
Damn it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just completely
Yeah.
flew past.
Yeah. And then Elia also got really drunk. At one point, he was like stripping to me.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like I missed I missed a lot of stuff that happened, but then I've heard of the things after, so I'm like, what went down?
My mom's house has like 2 floors, and the upstairs floor we didn't want anyone to enter because the cat was there, and there are rooms, and there's like no one should be there, because then they're just gonna lock themselves in the room and just like disappear for the night. So we put like a sign saying don't come up, no entry. And then last year we said that, and then Hunter was there a lot, basically, because he was so drunk also, and then he went up all the time.
Yeah.
So this year we wrote a sign and said no entry, yes, even you, Hunter. But you didn't go up.
I did not once, and so many other people went up, so I was very offended.
Yeah, but it was mostly Elia because he was so drunk. So then at one point I was going up to get him to come down, and then he was like in his room with a cat, and the cat got let out all the time, and then he just started like taking off his tie, and I had to like unbutton his shirt. And then he started like dancing when there was no music.
Iconic, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So he was very hungover on the launch day.
I can imagine.
But still not as bad as I would be, for example.
Right.
He was still like fine at a lot of points during the day. I was like, it's not fair. So yeah, if we do have a party next year, I'll just write yes or no entry. Yes, even you, Hunter. Yes, you, Elia. No entry.
Fine. I can follow the sign. Don't worry. No, but it was fun. But I have to tell you something that happened the day after.
Okay.
It was crazy. I was so annoyed, or I got pissed off. So I was a little hungover, like I said, and then I took my nap because I could not eat before the nap, but I could eat after. So I order a pizza, right? Oh my God.
What?
This guy delivers the wrong pizza to me.
Okay.
So then I was like, okay, well,
What pizza was it?
like a kebab pizza.
Kebab.
But I ordered like a oxfilé pizza.
What's that called in English?
What the fuck is oxfilé? Oxfilé. I don't remember. Whatever. Like a meat pizza.
Yeah.
Anyway, with like béarnaise sauce and stuff. Super lovely. Anyway. This person delivers the wrong pizza, right?
Yeah.
That's not my fault.
Yeah.
Not my fault at all. And then I immediately text like the support. And I'm like, hey, you know, they delivered the wrong pizza. Can I get my money back? I got my money back, thankfully.
Nice.
And then I was like, well, okay, well, I guess I'll just eat it. Whatever. I ate the pizza, right? Like 40 minutes later, mind you, like, or 30, 40 minutes later, the guy comes back and like knocks on my door with the pizza I should have gotten.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, you know, I delivered the last pizza. Can I have the other pizza back? I was like, dude, I already, you know,
Plus,
I already ate it.
But that doesn't.
You don't do that also.
Yeah, because it's nasty. I would never want a pizza that's already been in someone else's home.
That's the thing.
Because you never know what they've done with it.
No, that's the thing. And then, like, he got pissed at me.
Oh.
And he started saying, like, oh, that was really horribly done. That was really rudely done. Why the fuck would you do that? And then he was like, you're an ugly person. You're a mean, or like, you're a bad person. La la la.
Did he say this standing in the door?
Yes.
Or what?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I got so uncomfortable and so
Yeah.
anxious. Mind you, I live alone. So it's like,
Yeah.
I felt really uncomfortable. And then he was like, I'm going to text support. You have to pay for that pizza. I was like, I'm not the one who messed up
What
here.
the fuck?
And then I text like support immediately,
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, you know, this person just did this and that. They like, I don't feel like I did anything wrong by eating the pizza that was delivered. And then they were like, no, like, that's our policy. If they delivered the wrong food, then they can't take it back.
Yeah.
Because that's not how it works. And then apparently, then they were like, oh, we take this seriously. Like, we're going to take it with the relevant team. But I was like, mind you, he started saying, like, literally, he said to me, like, you're an ugly person. Like, I can tell that you're a bad person.
What the fuck?
You look like a bad person. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
But how did it end then?
No,
Like,
eventually he
what
walked
did you
away. I was
say?
like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
What, did you just close the door or?
No. I kept talking, and then eventually he started walking away. And then he said the last part where, like, I can tell by looking at you that you're a bad person. I was like, excuse me? And then
horrible.
like, he kept saying that, and I was like, fuck it. So I just closed my door and locked it. But then I was like, when I reported the situation to like the support, then I was like, please, like, don't tell him this right away, because I don't want him coming back. He knows where I live.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be pissed and like take it with me.
Yeah.
So I got really anxious. I was like,
Yeah, I get that. That's
stressed as
weird.
hell for like an hour or two
Yeah.
after, and I was like, what the actual fuck?
Jesus.
Because that's happened before, and it's never been an issue like that.
No, it was he fucked up and he got pissed at himself, so then he just took it out
Yeah.
on you.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But like the fact that he started saying all of that shit, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. But what did you say? Like, back? Or did you get angry back, or were you like just standing there?
I was kind of just like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how, or like, what? It's not like,
Yeah.
and he was also like, oh, you did that on purpose. You saw that it was a nicer pizza and you just wanted it. I was like, literally, it's not what I ordered. It's not what
Fucking
I wanted
asshole.
to eat. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
How would you know, you dumb bitch? Like, oh, no.
No.
I got really annoyed.
Yeah, I get that. I'd be so pissed.
Yeah,
also.
I was really
am
pissed.
pissed at him. No.
Yeah. And also, like, recently there was like a situation with something really horrible happening to a person in Stockholm, like a woman. And so after that, I feel like everyone in Stockholm has been a bit like on edge, because men are really fucked up. So that kind of happened like a few days before that. So it was kind of like, that made me even more anxious. Like, okay, what if this person's gonna try some shit? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was very weird behavior from the start. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So that's what made me a little bit more like
Yeah, I get
scared.
that.
And usually I don't get that way. Like, I
Yeah.
can very much stand up for myself. Like, if anything were to actually happen, I would have beat his ass up. But that's not a fun situation. I never want to fight.
No, I get that.
I can. I have a fucking black belt. I would if I needed to, but I don't want to. And
could
it's
also
still a
go
very uncomfortable situation.
Threaten him with knives.
Literally. No, I was a little bit like, maybe I should just have one in my hand for a while. Like,
Yeah.
if anything were to happen. But it didn't, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was very uncomfortable. But I feel like I
get
had to
that.
let out that little rant. It's crazy.
Pick me
So
up.
uncomfortable. And I feel like that, yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It was what it was. Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
Fucking bitches.
As of tomorrow, I am done with my top surgery recovery.
Congratulations.
Or like done as in 8 weeks post-op, so I can
Right.
start doing
I was
everything.
actually just about to ask you,
Really?
like the other day, like, oh, how long has it been now?
Yeah, 8 weeks
That's
tomorrow.
crazy. That's fab. How do you feel?
This feels so nice because that means I don't have to wear the binder anymore at all.
Right.
'Cause I'm still wearing it 12 hours per day, or like yeah.
Do
So
you have like a final checkup to go to, or no? No.
I'll have one after like 6 months post-op because I still have to have the tape around my nipples
Ah, okay.
for 6 months in total. Or I don't have to, but they recommend it for scarring and stuff. So after that, I'll be like fully healed, I guess. But for now, I'm like done with the major healing. I can start working out. Like I can start changing my chest again, slowly, carefully. Finally be free of the binder. I'm so happy I don't have to wear it anymore. I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, should I just burn it?
Maybe you should just like put it in the Benji museum.
Yeah. The
Just a private
I wore.
little shrine for
But
yourself.
it's so nasty now also because, I mean, it's gotten like looser and looser. So
Right.
now when I put it on, I have to like stretch it so much for it to like be tight on me.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of it is to not like to reduce swelling. And that's why I also had to wear it for 8 weeks because I didn't have any drains. So the drains are to like get the liquid out. But now since I didn't have any, you have to wear the binder for a long time. Otherwise the liquid's gonna like build up.
Right.
From what I understood anyways. So that's why I had to wear it for such a long time. But now it's like it's just a little bit swollen like under my nipples kind of, or I don't know if it's swelling, but it's just like it's not fully healed, so it's still like a little bit just tiny bit bumpy, I guess. But there's never like swelling, so that's good, I guess. So then I don't need the binder anymore. But tonight will be the final night with it,
That's so exciting.
and then I'll
though.
be a free man.
Did you have it on after New Year's when you slept?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't wear it for the full 12 hours because then I would have had to put it on in the middle of the party. So
Right.
I just,
Yeah.
I think I wore it a little bit extra during the day before the party, and then I just could have it without it for longer.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I'm so happy that I'm finally done. And then I haven't even thought that much about it. I think I've gotten so used to it now. And the only thing that's bothering me now is that I have the tape around it because it just doesn't look as natural. Because the only thing you can see is like the actual nipple, not the thing around the nipple.
Yeah.
So now I just can't wait to like fully be done with all of that. Have a little like have more pecs, I guess. But all in all, I'm like, yeah, it feels like I've always been this way, I guess. But at the same time, when I touch it, it's still shocking, kind of.
I get that. Yeah.
But on New Year's, for the first time, I had like a really tight shirt.
Yeah.
You could even like see my nipples.
But it looked really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, it was nice wearing it because before, if I would have worn that before, then you could see the tape or like bumps from my chest. But now it was fully smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's finally done.
finally done.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really fab.
Yeah,
Yeah. Imagine when it's 6 months and you don't have to wear that tape anymore.
yeah.
That'll be nice.
Also, I'm so excited to like work out fully now. I already started, but I can't do chest still. But I just wanna this year. I'm gonna bulk up. I'm gonna bulk the entire year. Get
Fab.
big.
I like that.
Yeah.
Go for it. Do it.
Thank you.
But yeah. But
But yeah.
yeah. I'm very happy for you and I'm excited to see you flourish even more after your
Thank
top
you.
surgery. I can already tell. I feel like you can feel the aura of you just being more comfortable now.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Must be nice not to have to like put on binding tape and stuff all the time. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I honestly haven't even thought about that I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
Mm.
And hopefully, like, it's weird that changes on T takes such a long time. But I hope that this year I'll get more like facial hair and more fat redistribution in combination with the top surgery. I just hope I'll feel more comfortable like this summer and stuff. Speaking of testosterone, I also have a video on TikTok. I don't have it, like I just watched it and then I scrolled past it. It was a person, I think it was a trans guy who's been on T for some time, maybe years or months, I don't remember. But then he said he stopped because he was like, my body didn't feel well on testosterone. And the biggest reason for that was, he was like, I had cystic acne for like 3 years. Oh, then, yeah, probably was on T for 3 years, but couldn't get rid of it. And then he also said that stuff with this like blood test or some other like things he had issues with, basically. And a lot of people in the comments like, oh, that happened to me too, but I reduced my dose. Or a lot of people being like, oh my god, I also have acne, will it never go away? Or like, do I also have to stop tea and stuff? And then I also got the same thoughts. I'm like, what if the reason I have acne, I can't get rid of it, is just because of testosterone, and I just will live with it for the rest of my life?
No, I don't think so. I feel like there must be treatments you can do and stuff you can do to take care of it and manage it.
Yeah.
Or finding a routine that works. But have you, because I know you used to take acne medication when you were younger, but you never got on, what's it called?
Accutane.
Yeah.
No, but I've had so many like problems with my skin, with my eczema, with my scalp, with my acne. So I just have had so many like treatments and stuff, and it's like I hate it because there's like strong medication that you shouldn't put on your skin for long periods of time, or like I've had antibiotics like 3 times for acne. So I don't want to put more things like that into my body or on my body, because I don't like how it feels.
That's fair.
So like the only times it's gone away is just because time, or like I have no idea. Sometimes it just gets better randomly and I have no idea why. And then just comes back randomly without me changing anything on my skincare, changing anything in my diet. And I'm like, well,
damn.
Yeah. So what I've thought about for this year is that I want to try like just becoming more comfortable with my acne and just like seeing it more as a part of me and just like a skin condition, I guess, that I just have to accept instead of just like hating it. Like I still hate it a lot, but I just want to try to
get comfortable with it.
Yeah, I guess the same way people do with like moles or other skin conditions. And then hopefully eventually it'll just go away, or I can just, maybe I'll find some treatment that works. But so the first thing I've tried is, or the first thing I've done is not have any concealer on my face, because that's what I've done. Like every time I'm filming something, or every time we're doing the podcast, or I have plans to go out, I always feel like I have to cover my acne, because I don't like when it's like really red, especially when it's cold outside, it gets like more red and stuff. So that's the first things I've done, is just leaving it and be like, okay, if people think it's nasty or whatever, I'll just whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I think also now that I've had it for such a long time, like almost a full year on T, I think at some point people won't even be like shocked, because they're just like, oh, it's just Benji, he always has acne.
That's fair.
And also I think it's good for like people to see, like just have more representation for it, because I don't follow anyone who has acne. Like everyone I follow has like super clear skin.
I've kind of been thinking about that as well. Like, there are a lot of, like, especially with influencers, it's always this expectation that people have to have like perfect skin, be extremely, you know, attractive all the time. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like it sucks that there are not more people who follow people just because of, you know, their personality or the kind of content they make. Like, it's just purely about looks sometimes.
Yeah. Because
which, yeah.
when you look better, you get more views and likes and followers and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think I have like that pressure that I have to look good all the time on my videos because they get more engagement. But then I also have a lot, like when I do film and you can see my acne or that I talk about my acne and stuff, there's a lot of people commenting that they also struggle with it or stuff like that. And then I feel like, okay, well then I want to keep doing it and keep normalizing it, I guess. Yeah. Especially when you're a trans guy starting T, then it's really common to get acne as a side effect. So then I guess I can be that person people will know, like, oh, well, it's okay that I have acne because Benji has it. Like, so.
I get that though. No, I think that's really good.
Yeah. And in a way, I just also try to see it as like, okay, it's just, for me, sometimes I can see it as like masculine in a way for myself, or like it can help me pass better, or like when I had it before transitioning, it was really hard because then I really noticed that people stared at me, like when I was outside, you know, in the grocery stores and stuff. People always like noticed it. And then I felt even more like I had to hide because it's not something that girls have. So I remember then being like, if I was just a guy, there were so many guys walking around with acne, and I'm like, it's so unfair. So now I'm just trying to like appreciate that fact, I guess.
Yeah, I get that.
Even though it's horrible, I don't want to, you know, I know I'm privileged in that way. And then I also remember before starting T, I was like, oh, I'm probably going to get acne when I start T, but it's fine because I'd rather be passing and like have a deep voice and be able to build muscle and all of this with acne than being pre-T and have clear skin. Yeah. So I remember thinking that to myself so much. So I'm just trying to appreciate that fact also.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that I want to implement this year, more like mentally, I guess, instead of just thinking that my New Year's goal is to get clear skin, because I guess it's a better goal to have.
I get that though.
Mentally.
Yeah. I mean, acne is a tough subject. Like, I used to have a lot of acne when I was younger, and oh my God, I hated it. So I get that. And it's something that you really have to like be comfortable with, like people staring, or just realize that it doesn't make you, first of all, it doesn't make you ugly. Second of all, it doesn't make you less worth than anyone else. And third of all, it's like anyone paying attention to it or making fun of someone who has acne either feels shit about themselves or has never experienced it and don't know what a psychological warfare it can be.
Because I think a lot of people think that's because of poor diet, or like it can be these things, but if you don't eat well, you don't exercise, or you don't have a good skincare routine, you don't wash your face, stuff like that. But usually people who do have acne have like a really good skincare routine, but it just doesn't work. And then some people have super clear skin, they don't even wash their faces.
No, I know. It's crazy. Like, it's very genetic.
Yeah.
Like, I've definitely seen people who eat horribly, don't do any kind of working out, don't never wash their face, never really do anything properly hygienic, have amazing skin. And I'm like, how? That don't make sense to me. Like, no, it's
and then
crazy.
there's a lot of people thinking that, oh, it's because of dairy or gluten or sugar, which all makes sense. But I've had acne when I was a vegan, and when I didn't eat gluten. Yeah. I tried cutting back on sugar, everything. So at this point, I'm like, okay, well.
yeah. But I think it will probably pass more with time. Also because in a way, like, it's also like a second puberty, right? And a lot of people have very bad acne throughout their teenage years, and then it does pass after a while.
My first puberty, I had it from when I was 15 to like 19, 20. So like 5 years. So maybe I'll have it for that long again, I guess.
Maybe. Yeah.
Or
But I
even
don't think it's
longer.
gonna be like the end of your life. Like I don't think it's gonna be.
Oh,
the
I'm gonna
rest
be
of your
80
life, you
with
know?
acne.
Like no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
But my grandpa had also really bad acne, so it's
Mm.
probably from him.
Right, probably.
Lovely.
Yeah, but I think that's a really good New Year's resolution. I like that,
Yeah.
or like to just accept it and make it a part of you,
Yeah.
not hide it.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
I like that. All right, let's move on to the listener's question.
So today's listener's question is kind of more so a topic in a way. I'm gonna read the
Read the D.
I'm gonna read the DM.
Read it, read it.
However, I've also kind of answered it in part already to the person. However, I feel like it was a good topic, so I'm gonna read just what they wrote and not what I wrote. The two first messages, anyway. So they wrote, "Hey guys, first of all, I just wanted to say that I love what you're doing. It's incredible. Benji, I've been following you for a really long time, and you're a real example for me. Hunter, I discovered you thanks to Benji, and honestly, what a great discovery. It's honestly such a pleasure to listen to both of you on the podcast and to follow you on your socials." Very cute, very sweet.
So nice.
And then they proceed to write, "You mentioned that we could maybe DM you on Instagram to talk about experiences related to our transitions. So I wanted to share something that happened to me not too long ago. I just wanted to talk about the lack of respect that can sometimes be completely missing, especially the lack of respect some cis people can have towards trans people in the LGBT community. I'm a 17-year-old trans guy, and a gay guy, he's my age, in quotes, replied to one of my stories saying, 'You're fit, you're good looking, etc.' Then he asked me why I had a bandage on my chest. It was tape because I haven't had top surgery yet. Anyway, I explained that to him, and he immediately asked me, like super casually, 'Oh, so do you have a dick?' I told him no, and he just liked my message and never talked to me again. It honestly hurt me, and I found it really awkward and pretty bold for him to ask something like that. I just wanted to point out that even inside the LGBTQ plus community, this kind of behavior still happens. So yeah, thank you for everything you post, for your podcast that helps so many people, including me. At the end of the day, I really appreciate you both. Love from friends." At the end of the day. Very sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into that topic. I really feel for the person who's like, that sucks ass. Like,
yeah.
And what I kind of already replied to them was a little bit like, it is very common, even in our community, that people who are not specifically trans tend to be, they don't understand transness fully either.
Yeah.
And have a tendency to kind of, I don't know how to say it, but have a tendency to discriminate based on that anyway.
Yeah.
And
or maybe think that they can ask freely because they're part of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, that too.
But then it might be like not the best moment to ask, or not appropriate to ask, or maybe the person's just not comfortable with answering or hearing that question in the first place.
Exactly. And also the ghosting part is very immature.
Yeah.
Just very, no, not nice. So like people don't understand that like a lot of these experiences shape the way that trans people end up feeling about themselves also. Like I know I've felt like my worth has been tarnished sometimes by the way that cis people can talk to me and treat me in a dating situation, even if that was like other queer people or like bi guys or whatever, it doesn't matter, because they have a tendency to ask like very invasive questions, or like, oh, like for example, one thing that's been happening to me recently has been like me talking to guys that I've had like a thing with before. Like there was one guy specifically, like he was like, yeah, I've kind of started looking to date now. And I was like, okay, well, why don't you take me out? And he's like, oh no, but I only want to date like cis girls because I want to have kids, or like stuff like this.
Yeah.
Or like, and it's kind of like,
makes you feel like you're less worth, or that like, oh, he liked me, but then he realized he doesn't because I'm trans, basically.
Yeah, basically. And I feel like that's quite common, and it's very tiring.
Yeah, I get that.
It's so stupid. And sometimes I'm like, I mean, I can understand where some people are coming from, but it's just sometimes the way, I think the delivery and the way people have a tendency to ask things or talk about things.
It would be different if they talked for a bit and then maybe he was like if it led to something, then maybe he can ask, maybe not in that way, but still. And then if he still wasn't interested, like some people have preference, or some people just don't want to date trans people, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I guess then it's just the way you say it that like
exactly. Because in this scenario, for example, specifically, that person could have gone about it a little bit more nicely, you know, and also like instead of just ghosting, being like, oh, you know, like I wasn't fully aware, it's not something I fully like have experience with, would you want to tell me a little bit more about it? Or just be like, unfortunately, like that's not exactly what I'm looking for, but I wish you the best. I really find you very attractive, just so you know.
Yeah,
like something like that.
Yeah,
instead of just ghosting and leaving the person feel
difference.
Yeah, it does. And approach is always everything to me. At least in my opinion, when it comes to those kind of things.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I wrote to the person also like that has absolutely nothing to do with the person's worth, and that truly like you're
doesn't
gonna
make him less
experience
of a man either.
Exactly. And like gay men also specifically have a tendency to think that they can say and do whatever they want in the community and get away with whatever they want, and that's not the case in my opinion. Like sometimes I'm like, y'all are wild, what's going on here? Like that's not cute at all. I feel like it's less so with like, I don't feel like lesbians would do the same kind of shit, pull the same stuff, or you know, whatever, or bi girls and the rest of the community basically. Other than gay men, gay cis men, can be messy. So there's that. So it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them, and they're messy, and you're better off.
Yes, definitely.
What I would say. So y'all, that was it for this little catch up.
Yes.
This catch up episode, and
thank you all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back next week with a new one.
Don't forget to join our Discord and leave a comment on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you're listening. We very much appreciate the feedback and the comments and the responses. So,
Love you.
Bye.